25. First and 10, and kind of tipping their hand at running the ball. 3 tight ends are out there. On the ground, it's Swift to start the drive. And not much to speak of. Call it a 1-yard gain up to the 26.
Yeah, things were pretty stacked up there in the middle of the line. A lot of bodies, not much space. I think ultimately he was fortunate to get anything out of that run.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26.
Go Silver, ready? 79 Broncos. 51's the mic. Bring it.
Throwing is Hurts. He'll get this one complete. That's A.J. Brown. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. 17 yards and a first down for Philly.
I don't care who you put on him. He's going to be a handful in one-on-one throws.
Yeah, right now, you're right. They're in man-to-man. Maybe need some safety help.
I would say that'd be a good idea. Double team him somehow. I'm going to have to make someone else beat me rather than let him shred my defense.
On 1st and 10, it's Swift. And a lane slow and materializing there as he'll get maybe a yard up to the 45.
Well, sometimes you just have to give credit to the defense. Great job there at the point of attack, holding up. They won their battles at the line of scrimmage, left him no space to try and run. A really nice job swarming to the ball carrier.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd and 9. Hurts with a little pop pass on the jet sweep. And this is going to be an Eagles first down as he's got this up to the 45-yard line.
It's a gain of 10.
So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 45-yard line.
We got 4. Mustang 19.
From the gun, it's Hurts.
Crunch time, defense.
Eluding the pressure right. And seeing no options, he just tosses this one away incomplete. Now that'll bring up 2nd down.
Offense was moving it a little bit, had them back on their heels, but they earn a brief pause by forcing the incompletion. That gives them a quick chance to regroup and try and mount a stand before they're backed up even further.
2nd down, here's Jalen Hurts. Goes with the out route and completes it to Swift. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. And they're getting him involved early.
You feel like they saw something on tape, or they just have a sense with him because he's had a good week of practice or something in that area that they want him involved. Just as you said, they want him to touch it either in the running game or the passing game, but they must like the matchups they're getting.
Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he'll be touched out here, but not before he does pick up the first. Give him 30 yards there.
Brandon, we've both been around the game long enough that we know that in pregame, defenses are pretty amped up, aren't they? I mean, they're pounding lockers, and they can't wait to get out there. But when you hit them with some big pass plays early, it takes the starch right out of them.
And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2.
He was brought down at the 40-yard line. 8 yards.
Once again, it's Swift. And not a whole lot there. He does get a couple, taking it from the 5 down to the 3. So play number 10 now coming. It's been a long opening drive, and this is 3rd down. They'll try and run here with Swift. And he's in for an Eagles touchdown. DeAndre Swift. A 3-yard touchdown run. And the Eagles get the upper hand as they're on the board first here this afternoon. Elliott good on the extra point, and that makes the score 7-0.
Dolphins nothing. Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And he won't quite make it to the 25. Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 24. They'll run here with Raheem Mostert. And he's able to plow forward up to about the 29, just shy of the 30. From the 29, here's the 2nd and 5. On play action, here's Tua rolling to his left. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee. So the yellow flag came out, and that leads to a new set of downs for this offense. 1st and 10. Up the middle they go with Mostert. And a good pickup there. He gets about 6 up to midfield. 2nd down and 4. From midfield, here's Tua. Incomplete.
Well, they certainly did a nice job there, picking him up out of the backfield and then running stride for stride with him. That's good coverage, and it led to an incompletion.
Now they face a 3rd down and 4 after that incompletion on 2nd down. Tua going to throw. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he is going to have the Dolphins 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. After one, 7-0 on EA Sports. On 1st and 10, it's Mostert. And give him 6 yards here as he stopped near the 35 at the 34. And from the 34, here's 2nd and 4. Again, they'll run it with Mostert. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30. So 1st and 10 now from the 30. A run with Mostert up the middle. He'll be dropped at the 25 after a gain of 6. This 2nd and 4. Now Tua. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't get rid of it. He's taken down. So now after the sack, Tua and the Dolphins staring at a 3rd and long. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. Flushed out right. That one caught by Tyreek Hill. And they'll get this one to about the 20-yard line. Tua to Tyreek for the Miami 1st.
1st and 10 at the 20-yard line.
Running the counter with Mostert. And all the way down inside the 5 to the 4. 1st and goal, and a chance to get that initial touchdown right back. Mostert is not going to advance very far. He'll be stopped right at the line of scrimmage. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
As usual, the hallmark of a good run defense, linebackers making plays near the line of scrimmage. Absolutely nowhere to run there.
Line of scrimmage, again the 4-yard line. 2nd and goal. Going to the air, Tagovailoa. Touchdown, Dolphins. Tyler Kroft from 4 yards out. And the Dolphins are an extra point away now from tying this ball game. But he is such a matchup nightmare down near the goal line, CD, and another example example right there on that play for the touchdown.
It's borderline impossible to defend this guy because that kind of size, he can still get out and run a crisp route, and he has excellent hands. Even if you stick with him, all the quarterback has to do is lob it up, and he can win almost any jump ball.
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked by Kevin Byard.
That's all you got?
And he takes it all the way back. It's a pick two, if you will, as that play backfires in a big way. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And beyond the 20, but not by much. In fact, just a yard pass there to the 21. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch their opponent author a really impressive drive to reach the end zone.
Yeah, and I think you're not telling yourself the truth if you don't think there's some one-upsmanship going on right now, because they just had their touchdown answered by a drive of double-digit plays that also found the end zone. Now, they want to do something even more impressive to answer that one.
Come on.
Still a few inches short of a first down as they come up now on second down. Now, here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. They'll get 3 as the drive continues. It's a first down.
It's a gain of 3. First down, Eagles.
Great, set.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right.
Crowd love Yeti. 63. Here I come again. Trap 60.
On first down, Hurts.
Here we go.
Buying time to his left. And he'll be out of bounds up near the 45 at the 44. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down.
Partner, the good ones have a clock running in their head, okay? Because it says something like this: I've got this many seconds to find a target. After that, I have to tuck it and try and get some yardage on this first down snap. He doesn't just get some yards, though. He gets that big gain, and they'll come right back with another 1st and 10.
And he's across midfield and into Miami territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1.
He did have the touchdown run earlier, but not a heck of a lot more than that throughout this game.
No, not at all. In fact, I would say that this defense has done as good of a job on him as they have on any runner in recent memory. They'll try and set up the screen to Swift. And he'll be out just a yard or 2 shy of the 30. Philadelphia picking up the first on a gain of 15.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, but as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
Hey, let's calm down. Hey, let's go.
And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
You've got to be impressed by that defensive front on reps like those. They were not being moved off the line, kept their shoulders square, and gave their teammates time to fight to the ball and limit that gain.
They set up the screen to Penny.
It's over. Let's
Touchdown! Rashad Penny, 30 yards. And the Eagles will extend their lead in the final minute of the half.
Partner, to me, that touchdown had something that was kind of rooted in that group seeing the future. And what I mean by that is they had a plan. Let's find a way to score right here before the half, and that'll give us momentum going into the second half. Give us that cushion that we're looking for. They got that accomplished, scoring right before the half ended.
Jake Elliott to kick off for Philadelphia.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the second quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now the Dolphins going to burn the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 18 seconds to go in the first half. Now a play fake. Here's Tagovailoa. Steps away. And going deep for Hill. This is caught inside the 15. The Dolphins going to take their second timeout. So that means they're down to one remaining here as we head toward halftime.
And that might be exactly what they needed to wake up this home crowd. They haven't given them much to cheer for so far. And never underestimate the effect the home crowd with you can have on a game.
Steps away to his left. He's got it. Touchdown, Dolphins. Durham Smythe in the final seconds of the first half. And the Dolphins are able to cut into this lead in the final seconds of the first half. Mike McDaniel, no hesitation on his end. He's telling his offense to go for two. Tua, a final shot before half. It's caught at the 1. And after all that, they are set up in unbelievable field position. 4 seconds, all that remain here this first half as the kick gets away. So 2 quarters down, 2 remain. Charles and I return after the break. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Elliott now to kick this one away. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Well, Charles, in that first half, we saw a fair amount of offense on both sides of the football, and now the team trailing here will start with it in the third quarter.
And we both know this coach pretty darn well, don't we? Because his game planning is always on point. And now that he's getting the ball to start the second half, how about all the offense that you already referenced in the first half? He'll put that...
A fight for it, and this is caught. What a catch. And all the way in for a Miami touchdown. Tyreek Hill, 68 yards. And the Dolphins come right out of the locker room and score here in the opening minute of the third quarter.
53 is the mic. I got wide. 21G. Twist.
Tua going to try and throw for it. And this is going to be intercepted. Picked up by James Bradbury.
It's interesting that when it comes to two-point conversions, even heavy run teams tend to throw the ball in these situations. In this case, this one was intercepted.
Yeah, they weren't fooled. They were ready for the pass, picked it off. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, it feels like we're set up for a good second half here. Came out of the locker room, one-score game. Now the lead has already changed hands. Well, this offense, they've got an opportunity right now to take that lead right back.
Yeah, and it feels like you're going back and forth almost a little bit like a tennis match, right? And we're just, our heads just keep moving. Which side has it? Which side's going to score? How are they going to go out doing it? A little bit of a challenge for each side trying to match each other.
2nd and 6, just inside the 30.
Right here, guys. Fight.
Panther 11, Panther 11.
Watch the run. It's soft, baby. That's baby soft. Let's go. Mike 51. Mike 50.
Burt sets up to throw it.
Let's get that ball.
And that'll be off the mark, too far out in front, and it's incomplete. He shook his head right when he released that throw. He knew it was going to be a little off target.
Yeah, the excitement got him on that one. Wasn't able to control the fact the receiver was open, and it would have been an easy throw.
19 tight. 19 tight.
Hurts. Dancing to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 35. Touchdown, Eagles. Dallas Goedert, 71 yards. And the Eagles have retaken a third-quarter lead. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
Elliott good with a PAT, and that gives him a 3-point lead. And the Dolphins are going to recover. Yeah, you got to wait until that ball goes 10 yards. They did not. They hit it before, and that draws the flag every time.
And there's no doubt in my mind that converting an onside kick has never been tougher in the NFL with the new rules. So trying to get it to 10 yards, timing up perfectly, that's tough enough to begin with. But when you go ahead and grab it before it goes, you've got no shot then.
On second down, Tua being chased out left. There goes a deep ball, end zone, and that is caught. Touchdown, Miami. Tyreek Hill with now his second touchdown of this third quarter. And the Dolphins have answered back with a third-quarter touchdown of their own to retake the lead. It's a run with Mostert, and he is not going to get to the goal line. And for the first time here this afternoon, they are thwarted on the two-point conversion. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. And that one bounces out of the back of the end zone, so we'll start the drive at the 25 on the touchback. Already at the line, this Philly offense set to go. This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out. Looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways because you know they're both motivated. They both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Forced out to his left. And this will be incomplete.
Ray certainly did a nice job improvising there, extending the play, hoping someone would come open downfield, but they never did.
A good action to this point in the third quarter. Just a 3-point game. 2nd and 10.
Hey, you're on an island over there. Single receiver.
70 Ranger. 70 Ranger.
Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to get that to Swift underneath. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. So now 1st and 10 as they've crossed into Miami territory at the 43. Hurts throw taken in by Watkins here. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. And he's going to be dropped back at the 15-yard line. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Throwing from the gun, it's Hurts. Buying time to his left. And he will reach the 5-yard line before going out of bounds. A nice job of eluding the pressure there, scrambling for 11. I thought they were going to sack him there like they did on first down. Great coverage, but he found a way to move with his legs.
Yeah, his ability to take off, not only did he get some yardage back, he got a little bit extra. Really helps him on third down, makes it manageable now.
And he's going to be a yard short. A 2-yard pickup leads to 4th and 1. Now a timeout called for by the defense. It's just their first, so 2 remaining as they burn one here in this third quarter. Line of scrimmage, the 2. They can still get a first down if they just get a yard out of this on 4th and very short. They give it off here to the tight end. And not only did he not get in the end zone, he didn't get the first down either. They'll get neither the touchdown nor the first down. And that will force a turnover on downs. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Pretty important third quarter drive for them. Momentum has sort of shifted the other direction after that last touchdown as they nurse this small lead. So a little more space to operate now. 1st and 10 from right around the 12. They'll stay on the ground with Mostert. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down. Here's Tua. And going deep for Hill. That's into a crowd and intercepted. Picked off by Reed Blankenship across midfield. Boy, that one was in the air for an agonizingly long time.
Just begging to be picked off, wasn't it? It's one thing if you're throwing a ball like that, trying to throw someone open or lead them into an area. But that ball needed to be thrown with a lot more conviction. As a result, it's an easy interception.
And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. It's a loss of 4 on the first down play.
There's no question that coming into this game, this defense is pretty vocal about its desire to take this running back out of his game. And all that pregame wolfing has turned into results.
Easy, 63, back.
Second down, here's Hurts. Going deep here for Watkins. And that is caught. Boy, how about that one? He reeled it in one-handed for a touchdown. A late turnover is so often the difference in a ball game, and here the turnover leads to the go-ahead touchdown.
So repeat after me, partner. You have to take care of the football. In order to protect a lead, you must take care of the football. Ball security. How many times do they have to say it? They've been preaching it since day one of camp, and it came back to bite them right there.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. First down Miami as they get set to start the drive. Now, the bad news for them, they've seen that cushion they once had totally evaporate, and they're working from behind. The good news, they now have the opportunity to regain the lead right back. Tua's throw caught by his receiver, Hill. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. The drive starting with a first down, 11 yards on that pickup.
And here we are in the fourth quarter, partner, and watch them drive for what would be a go-ahead touchdown. And you and I both know this is where you need a quarterback who can keep his cool back there. Not just for himself, but to keep the rest of the team relaxed too.
Play action. Now it's Tua out to his left. And going deep for Hill. He's got it at the 15. And he's going to be out of bounds all the way down inside the 15. It's a big play there for Miami. 46 yards. So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Now whistles and a flag, and I believe a Dolphin got going a little early. A full start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. Now Tua signaling to change things up.
41 Mike, right here, 41 Mike. I'm on. Turbo 1. Double up.
They'll run right side with Mostert. And they go the wrong way here. Knocked back to the 20. Different story this time around. We had that huge gain followed by a sizable loss here.
The short field shrinks even more with the type of bodies they brought in on that play. Those extra tight ends, they weren't able to secure their blocks, and that one ended up going backwards.
Throwing on 2nd and long. Tua. Oh, he tries to force it in, and it's intercepted. Zach Cunningham with a pick. And the Eagles are going to take over once again at their own 25-yard line. Well, I don't want to take too much away from his performance throwing the football. He's got the 4 touchdown passes, but this now a 2nd interception of the ball game.
And partner, part of what's gotten him to 4 touchdowns is a certain fearlessness. But that fearlessness borders with...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. Inside the 20, DeAndre Swift. Touchdown, Philadelphia. DeAndre Swift, his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Eagles use the big play to extend their 4th quarter lead. Here we go now as we get set for a big 2-point conversion. Hurts will throw. And they don't get it. They tried for the 2-point conversion there, but unsuccessful.
Eagles 36, Dolphins 26. Jake Elliott to kick off.
Now after the touchdown, here's Elliott on to kick it away. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. Yeah, the script really is flipped for them. The momentum on the other sideline, and now they have to try and battle back from a 2-score deficit. And he's going to lose yards. They take him down at the 26. But despite the completion, they're going to wind up losing 3 there. 2nd down.
This possession means so much for them. They've got to focus on this drive and find a way to make this a 1-possession game.
Yes.
Got to get a score.
Yeah, so good with a field goal. Don't necessarily need a touchdown. Meanwhile, Tua's throw complete there to Berrios. It's a pickup of 12, and that'll set up a 3rd down. A big play in this football game. 3rd down and 1. Looking to pass. Tua steps away to his left. And Tua going to slide to a halt, but he will have the 1st down. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
The 2 timeouts still remaining, but scoring quickly a must. It's 1st and 10. Throwing Tua. Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And that is incomplete.
That was one they needed to connect on. They're down, but not quite out. So you have to figure, with under 2 minutes to play, they need to hit on something in very short order.
Here's Tua. Dancing to his left. He's going to let it fly. And this is intercepted, and that should do it. Picked off by Isaiah Rodgers. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles. And